Ready, Coco.
Okay, you're
I shall bring the meeting to order. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hi, Rob, can you hear us? Yes, we see your big thumbs up.
I
Okay.
can hear you too.
Hi, Charity.
Hi, Charity.
Hi.
Good. Charity, I realized I sent the draft of I'll send it to you when I get home, the draft of the solar house tour flyer.
I'll send it to her right now.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
Morning, good
Yes, you
evening.
can.
Hi, Ben.
Could we see,
Morning, Ben.
could we see it? Could we see it also?
You got it under your,
It's here. Oh, okay. I'm going to explore my stack here.
yes, please. Okay. Did everybody have a chance to read? Good morning, Ben.
Good morning.
Did everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're okay, Christina? We actually in the minutes didn't specify dates.
Right. And I
So
talked to her.
we're just gonna leave it the way it is. We'll work that out.
As long Charity knows.
Yeah, we'll work that out separately. Okay.
Sounds good.
Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So move.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Okay, ETIP updates, I think we're just waiting for the final report. Hi, Meg.
Good morning.
Morning.
We just started.
I was an hour early, by the way.
Huh?
I was an hour early. At 8:00, Coco was laughing at me. It's a 9:00 meeting, so I'm going to do some other work.
Oh, okay. Eddie,
Those tickets, guys.
I know about those. Okay, so for ETIP, I think we're just waiting for the final report, and it's not in our hands, and so that just.
Do we have any idea when it might be available, or can we get a window from them? Because it would be helpful to start scheduling things. We're going to need some lead time to.
Yes.
I can ask him if there's a general time.
Mhm.
Would it be September? Would it be October? Would it
Yeah, you
be?
seem to think September,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
because it has to go through their
All their
internal
approval
auditing
process.
process and
Yeah.
approval process, so it's gonna be a.
Which these days may be.
yes. With,
Yeah.
in these current times, it may be more complicated than normal.
Right.
As long as they don't change the name again.
Get rid of the entire-
It's gonna
We'll
be.
get rid of the department.
Right.
Right, get rid of the whole department.
Okay, so that's that. The Green Expo. Again, if you have any vendors or other organizations who have not been there in the past, just send them to me and I will invite them. I sent out a save the date quite a while ago. Have not heard back from everybody.
I would resend that.
Mhm.
I
I'm
would
going to-
recommend resending
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to. Because now it's time to start pinning down.
Yeah, because sometimes if it's too far out, people are like, oh, I have time to think about that.
Yes.
Well, exactly why it's good to resend. Yeah,
Exactly.
I just send it again and say, no, we can't come, actually.
Yeah, it's done every 2 weeks.
Usually that's several days before the event. Okay, I can do that. It's easy. That's so the Shelter Island Solar Homes Tour, the subcommittee has been hard at work, have been meeting, which is great. Christina, do you want to give an update?
Yes, so
Just a
we,
general.
right, I think we've settled on 5 homes. Still perhaps to be discussed, but we had reached out to 2 other people and they're not available. That, and we have in the works your flyer, which we can discuss at some point. We have text for a landing page on the website and a registration page, which has been developed. And the detailed pages, which Don is working on, he also did the registration page. The detailed pages connected to each site are under construction. So we're getting information from the homeowners and the, in this case, the Presbyterian Church, details about their arrays. So each one will be a standard set of information about the site. And Adam Bundy has offered to take aerial photographs using his drone of each array. So that's all in process. So I think we've got a time schedule for rolling all of this out. And I think we're in good, we're doing well in terms of keeping that. Anything to add?
We need some sort of format to ask questions of these homeowners about their system. So, I mean, it's committee work, just mentioning we've got to get together and do that, because we may need in-person
Right.
interviews with these folks to clarify anything they put down. As you said, the size of their system, when it was installed, perhaps a solar installer, all of that. So anyway.
So we still need to meet and talk about.
We need to meet and talk.
Yeah, yeah.
We had discussed, someone or several from the committee making an on-site,
Yeah.
We will, yeah, I forgot to mention that, right. We will need to meet either on-site or online with each person responsible for that
lay of the
site,
land.
in order to run through expectations for the day and
This coming week.
give them a sense. Yeah, well, we need to, I need to schedule them.
Yeah, the other thing
We,
that we emphasized is that these are going to be external visits, not inside
Correct.
the
Yeah,
houses.
right, we'll go through all that.
Yeah,
with them.
correct.
Yeah, that will be
So-
emphasized to the people. I think
That's
that
right.
simplifies it.
and the town is going to provide insurance coverage for each of the sites? Yeah, that's great. So they will just be outside. All of the arrays can be seen from the outside. Any internal equipment or improvements, we're also talking about shell efficiency of houses. Any of that can be photographed and then, put in plastic sleeves and, for outside. And we'll have to organize a table for each site, or if they don't have a card table, we can wrestle up some card tables, whatever. But we also, in our last meeting, came up with a list of questions that we, or not questions, but pieces of information that we hope that each site owner will, I keep saying, it's not, they're not all homeowners because we have the Presbyterian Church in there, but that each person responsible for presenting will be prepared to answer or present. So in other words, a list of information that they'll include in their presentations that'll be standard across all of the sites. Yeah, and then, there's a gathering at the Presbyterian Church from 4:30 to 5:30. Just simple, light refreshments. But a chance for people to network, talk to each other, ask other questions. Maybe there can be a group discussion, whatever. It'll be a little free flowing. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Anything else we need to be thinking about?
Well,
You'll think of more things.
some of the things we need to address, some of the things we need to be prepared to address with the people on the tour is, the public perceptions of government subsidy now and where we're going in the relatively short term.
That's a good point.
Okay, it's all out in the headlines right now
Sure.
and happening imminently. So we need to be prepared to address that. Solar, heat pumps, shell efficiency. I think, these are kind of the main things, and they're all out there now. If you see the articles, I've circulated some articles that I found that I thought were
No, it's out there.
Right. So the good news is, while federal subsidies are being rolled back and will be unavailable to anyone who's considering solar at this point, there are still New York State subsidies. And what we can do, it's a really good point, Steve, that we should provide that kind of information, make it available to each of the hosts so they have it at their fingertips. But the other thing is, solar is cost effective without subsidies, period. So that's really good news.
I think, I mean, haven't some of these homes done this without subsidies?
I don't know, because they were all done from, I mean, I think the earliest one I talked to, they won't be on the tour, but 2010. So anything after, they've all, I think, availed of some kind of
Taken
subsidy.
advantage of.
But the prices were higher then too. Prices have really dropped for solar installations. I mean, in 10 years, they dropped by 70%. Battery costs are coming down rapidly. They dropped last year by 40%.
That's wonderful.
It's astonishing. And so there are huge arrays going up around the world, and that's driving down, it's driving up demand and driving down costs. It's the usual cost curve. So,
I guess,
May I ask a question?
yes.
So during the tour, the follow-up, say someone goes on the tour and sees a few of these sites and says, you know what, I'm in, I want to do this. Aside from, assuring them about, state subsidies or the state grants, or do we have any sort of practical next steps to offer them?
So this is something we talked about. Feel free to jump in, either of you, but we're reluctant to, for instance, recommend installers. People can talk about the installers that they used and their experience with them. But I think as a committee, we're not really in a position to be recommending, helping people walk through the process. That's a little bit of the problem for us. I mean, we don't have that. I don't feel like we have that level of expertise.
Yeah, I think it's important to emphasize, Pam, that, the Green Options Committee is the advisory committee for the town council. And until and unless, we've kind of gotten the imprimatur of the town council as to, our plan going forward for the town and its people, we have to sort of tiptoe through this, middle period. That's part of why, not getting the ETIP final report is a bit of a problem. The whole point of the ETIP planning process was to come up with a plan for the island and that the town council can endorse. And so we, as the advisory committee, have to be careful because in effect, we're speaking for the town council and we don't want to say anything.
Well,
I think,
but we're an advisory committee, so we're not really speaking for the town council, but I wouldn't say that we are.
but in this,
But yeah,
But we have an
the
official.
town, as an entity, doesn't typically recommend specific installers or
Yes.
specific
Not installed.
vendors for things.
Right.
It's just not-
But I think people can talk about their experience.
Oh,
And we
absolutely.
have people who have used different vendors
Yes.
and had quite different experience. One went out of business and has been, reorganized. I mean, they're still around in another form.
we can do that. We just can't say, use Green Logic,
Right,
they can just talk about their experience.
right.
And we're not recommending one over the other.
Just a question, Meg. I guess the homeowner would first contact the installer, the contractor, come up with the plan, and then they submit the permit? Is that,
Yeah,
and the turnaround time for a permit is, any idea?
I don't know. It would depend on how many permit applications they have on their desk, but something like a solar permit, I think is a pretty quick turnaround. It's not like they're looking at a full set of building plans, they're not doing that whole thing, so I think it's a pretty quick turnaround.
Doesn't the installer handle that anyway?
Usually they do, because when they do all the design work,
Right,
then they would submit that
yeah,
application.
I
to
would think so.
The building
the building
department.
department.
Mhm.
And that's usually a pretty quick sign off, because there's not a lot of work that they have to do
No.
for it. It's just, did you check all the boxes? Yes, okay, here's your permit.
And then they can
And then
begin.
there's the inspections they can begin, yeah.
Oh, there's an inspection before they
There's,
begin?
no, there's the inspections during the construction process. So once they get the permit, they can start. Right.
And there will be a final inspection by PSE&G
Yes,
to attach
yes.
the grid.
Right, yeah, and there are certain things that are required, like an electrical underwriter certificate and that kind of thing to make sure all the electrical work is done correctly, but those are all standard as part of the application and the permit.
Okay,
And Mary Ellen at the building department can probably let you know a better timeline on how long it takes to get those applications. She'd be able to tell you.
Great. It would
Might
be
just like
good
a
for
day
us.
or two,
Yeah,
depending on when.
maybe we should have a little sort of check sheet, like this is what you can expect, something like that, without, with a caveat at the bottom that this may not be complete, but, so you need to talk to your installer.
you can also, if you want, check with the building department, just if you have some questions for them,
Mhm.
I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, Mary Ellen
Great.
can walk you through the process, because she does all the,
If you want to,
managing the paperwork and stuff.
if you want to have an idea of how it works on that end, I would suggest doing that.
Okay, great. Thanks, I think that's all from us.
So here's I know we talked about the flyer.
With exception of the article. So Charity, are you good to go with an article on the solar tour the week before? To
So
come
I
out with-
have,
yeah,
I
it
have
is.
a question in with Ambrose and Susan Dempsey about how they want to handle the forwards, as that's what we call them, for the craft fair, Green Expo, and the solar tour, which are all occurring
Okay.
on the same weekend and are,
Great,
related events. And
Great.
so it has to do, I'm happy to write about all three. And the question of whether it's one article or three articles, and whether they go in, some of them go in 2 weeks before or 1 week before,
okay,
that's something they're going to have to look at.
sure.
My impression was that our preference is to do the solar tour article first, which would be the 2 issues ahead of the event. Is that, we talked about it, and I thought that we were saying that to give people a chance to sign up, it would be better to do it sooner than, the Thursday issue before the event is the other option.
Right, and we did have a discussion of that. I think I was arguing for more advance notice about the solar tour, and I thought the decision was by the group to go with just a couple days before, because it would be then top of mind for people, but we can certainly revisit that question. I don't know, personally, I think it's better to give people more time than not.
Yeah, it's a Sunday afternoon in August,
Yeah,
so people are going to be guests and this and that, so I think you want to give them more notice rather than less.
okay, yeah,
That would
I
be
agree.
my perception.
Are we requiring that people sign up, or people can just come and go as they want?
We're gonna have a registry, so at least we have an idea
Yeah.
that.
But people won't be barred from coming if they don't
Yeah,
register.
because I was thinking like at each house, we
We
can have a sign up, so you
sheet,
can see how many
exactly.
people visited each property,
Yeah.
and then you can kind of put them all
Right.
together and see how many total people.
Yeah, we did that for the event tonight,
Yeah,
and it wasn't so much you have to sign up, it's just, it gives you an idea of a head count.
right.
So I think it would just help us if we have, a dozen people signed up.
Yeah,
Okay,
especially,
so
I personally think 2 weeks ahead, because this isn't the only thing
Mhm.
that we're gonna be doing for outreach.
Right.
We'll have this, when we finish it, on the
Mhm.
town social media.
Yep.
Also, we can make flyers and put them at different locations. We'll have a QR code so people can go directly into all the other information in the map, et cetera. And then also, what I did with the Sustainable Landscape event is I went to the farmer's market 2 weeks in a row.
yes, that was very effective.
And discovered the most effective thing was not having a table, but actually wearing a large sandwich board.
It Great.
Do you have fans attached so you can like cool off? You like battery fans?
Do we have pictures of this?
Somebody took pictures.
Oh, did I take a picture?
That's
Oh,
brilliant.
somebody, yeah, it was terrific.
But it was really effective because I went around and just, instead of waiting for people to come to me, and people would come and say, oh, what's this? And we'd have a discussion about it, and then they'd take a picture of it. And Charity had made a QR code so they could directly register. They would do the same thing. And one thing that the group that is doing the play this weekend, they had a sheet like this that they would hand out describing what the play is with the QR code so they could buy tickets. So we could do a similar thing where I could carry a bunch of these and hand them out to people who are interested, and they've got all the information in the QR code. So, I'm happy to do that.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm happy to do that, help too,
Yeah,
at the farmer's market. We've been walking around in our costumes for the play,
I like it.
so, yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, it's been very effective.
Yeah, it's great.
So, anyway, so it won't be just the article, it'll be, we can think of other things, other ways to, again, we can make flyers to put in some of the stores, which
Mhm.
sometimes helps, sometimes doesn't, depending where they put them,
True.
or if they put them. That's been my experience, I go in and find the flyers gone. Anyway.
It will also be in the reporter, but all three of these events will be in the reporter calendar for 2 issues ahead of the events.
Good.
Great.
Good.
And will you handle that, Charity, or do you need us to do something?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
And then, of course, there'll be the expo where we'll have another opportunity to publicize this. So we'll have a bunch of opportunities.
Of course, we have to emphasize the difference between the Green Expo and the Solar House Tour, because now we've got 2 events
Well,
coming together, and we don't want to confuse
it's
people.
very, very different graphics.
Yeah.
I understand,
Different-
saying,
And we'll have it at the expo, so it'll be clear it's like this event that's happening the next day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just as an aside, for the expo, we're at the same location as last year, right?
exact same location.
So right across, along the street, the school.
Yes,
Great.
exact same
And the
location.
food trucks will be somewhere else,
Yeah.
so we don't get asphyxiated?
Yes, when
Thank
we
you.
talked about the permit, what we're gonna do is close that section of School Street from like right after the parking lot where our displays start to the intersection here, so that cars can't drive through.
Great.
So that the food truck can park across by the Legion, like on the other side of the road.
Hmm,
So it's further away.
yeah, it'll still come over, but, yeah.
Concerning the food truck, there's the country fair this year,
Yes.
and I've forgotten the time of it. But, so people will be going across the street, right? Or actually down the street,
Down the street, yeah.
right?
you know,
That's what
the fire department or folks from the fire department told me that there was not going to be food at the expo or at the craft fair this year, that they were going to be doing the food at the country fair, which I think directly overlaps with the hours of the craft fair.
Okay, well, I mean, that would be great if the country fair at the fire department's doing all the food and all the food trucks can be down there, then it solves the problem completely.
Yeah.
have we have we heard back from PSC&G as to whether they're going to participate?
I haven't, so
No, I-
Christina's suggestion to reach out again, so.
Okay,
And what are we asking them to come and do?
They came last year.
yeah, what they did last year.
Just
Maybe
answer
I missed
questions,
that.
talk about incentives, that kind of thing.
Great.
Well, and with their
And
new
show-
rate structure, they could discuss that.
Maybe we could put them right next to the main tent where we have the solar tour thing, and then we can say, if you have questions now for the utility, they're right here, something like that.
We can cite people wherever we want.
So they can show the flag. I think they see the value in that
Definitely,
too, for them.
yeah.
Last year, we had a big truck, I think I forget who it was for, the heat pump people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Weber, Gron? No,
Pardon?
was that Weber Gron?
Yes, I believe. If we,
Yes, it was.
yeah. So actually, I haven't reached out to some of these people again, like Weber and Green. And
Mm,
so do you want the heat pump people back again?
I think so.
I mean, especially if we're going to be talking about shell efficiency, and I mean, it's a great way to reduce cost and, you know,
Personally, I didn't find them as informed or as helpful as I thought they might be, but that personally, but I would say they should be back there.
You have very high standards.
Right, that's technical questions.
that's the technical experts there.
You know, for the
Which is
energy,
good. That's a good thing.
for the energy fair, yeah, the more the merrier, and exposing people to the technologies. You know, I would say, of course, but at the same time, we don't want to cross over the, you know, line with kind of recommending any particular company.
I reach out, like with solar companies, I don't just reach out to one. I reach
Yeah,
out
we had
to
Green Logic.
We had them last year, but the plan is usually you reach out to a bunch of them, and whoever comes, but at least you've
Right.
made the effort to include a number of them.
Question, do we want to have, like, at the main table, any information sheets on, like, basic energy efficiency? Or I'm just trying to think how we can help educate people about ways they
We
can
should-
save
We
money.
should definitely try to do something about shell efficiency.
Mhm,
That's such an easy thing.
yeah,
And people should be buying, you know, for a long time now, they've been buying according to EER, whether they're buying window air conditioners or any appliances, refrigerators, whatever. I don't know how long they're gonna be doing this, by the way, having these efficiency
yeah.
ratings. Federal government is probably
I
gonna
think
pull back.
they're actually doing away with it. I saw something several weeks
They're
ago.
talking about doing away with it, yeah. We'll see tomorrow what happens, but, you know, emphasizing, you're right, emphasizing not just shell efficiency, but, you know, whenever you buy appliances or anything like that, it's a mindset, you know,
Right.
buying efficient. Because people buy appliances and things like that for the long term.
Sure. Well, we hope.
You know, everything's made so disposable now.
And depending on your definition of the long term, of course.
Well, now that we don't have hurricanes anymore, we don't need to know anything about them.
Right.
I don't know, we were just bumped up by the NOAA, I don't know if you saw it. The New York City area is now considered subtropical.
What?
Right.
Yeah, our whole.
You could look it up.
Our whole,
Right,
you know, how we're zone, whatever,
Yeah.
8 or
Yeah,
7.
worse,
right.
It's all shifting.
right, we're in
No.
subtropical.
I don't know what zone we were in.
We're 7,
We were
I
7.
always forget what A or B,
Yeah.
if B is cooler and A is warmer, we've shifted to the warmer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But at some point, we will become, probably the next 20 years.
If we hang around for another
Zone
20,
Yeah.
if we hang around for another 20 years, we won't have to move to Florida.
Because
Exactly, Florida will come here.
Yeah.
I think southern Jersey now, the tip of southern Jersey
Oh, yeah.
is zone 8 now, and then,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good. Okay, so can some of you send me, if you know of other solar companies aside from Green Logic, can you just send me who they are so I can reach out to them?
Solar and heat pump and efficiency,
Uh,
or just.
The only thing I
just
didn't
solar.
like about the heat pump company was it a huge truck,
Yeah.
which took up a lot of space. And I can't remember, did people go in the truck?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had like displays in the
So
truck.
we specifically asked them to bring the truck because the truck was the demo.
Yeah.
And they
No, I know
actually
that.
turned
No, I
themselves inside out to get it here. Don't
Yeah.
worry, they won't bring it back because it was really hard for them to get it.
So they're not gonna bring it back, you don't think?
I'm sure they won't. I mean, you could ask, but you know, they won't certainly volunteer it. It's not, it was something, it travels around and goes to different, you know, venues in the summertime, and they had to reserve it. And, you know, it wasn't something, it's not something that they just have around in the parking lot.
Okay. And the only reason I ask is Sylvester Manor would like to bring a tractor
Oh,
with compost on it, which they will give away, and it's a way of sort of advertising their food scrap program.
Well, I mean, that's totally different. They're not going to have a generator running.
right.
What's that, Charity?
That's totally different. They're not going to have a generator running.
No, they're not gonna have a
They're not-
generator, but my
Yeah,
point is
I mean,
that
the reason the Weber and Gron thing was kind of problematic is that they had a loud generator going the whole time.
I forgot about that part. But it's also just the space, so, you know, I wanted to tell Ariel that, yes, you can bring your tractor. And by the way, it's gonna be a one-time thing, this is not gonna be an ongoing thing where they're giving away compost to the public, they're not ready to do that yet.
Mhm.
Maybe in the future. Anyway, I would like for Ariel to be able to do that. It's an important thing for the island. Okay, so yes, just give me names, or if some of you want to reach out to some of these people, that would be helpful. If you have, like Charity, I think you talked to Weber and Green last year.
It's Weber and Gron,
Weber and Braun,
Grahn.
sorry.
And I
Okay.
talked to a number of companies, and I think they were the only heat pump installer that was willing.
Interested?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to give people a tour. We wanted them to have this sort of tour of the, of the heat pump petting zoo.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was very good. I mean,
Charity, do you want to read? Charity, do you want to? Charity, do you want to reach out to some of the heat pump people again?
Okay.
If you could do that. And then,
we can find out the different solar installers from at least the people on the tour and get some names from that.
if you could do that.
Yeah.
There's also some names on the list I sent you guys about the permits that were issued.
Oh, okay.
There's some names on there. I don't know. if
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, because they
There's
a
say.
whole bunch of names on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
those
if
are
you could
people
just-
who have come to the island to do work, so.
Right.
we're reaching out
And,
to.
yeah,
So if you just pick out a bunch of names and just, if some of you want to call them, or if I want to call them, contact them, not call them, contact them. I'm happy to do that, but I just need some names.
Okay.
And so,
Don has the list.
right, I'll get you the list.
okay,
Not a problem. But you have a standard format in.
I have a standard thing that I sent out to everybody.
Okay,
And,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
and the response time by when?
You know, if I don't hear back, sometimes I don't hear back from them at all. So I just don't bother.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't badger these people. If they respond, they respond, and if they don't, I'm not gonna keep calling them.
Okay,
It might be worth letting them know in that email that we're organizing a solar tour to inform islanders about
That's a
the
good idea.
potential solar, to make it like more
I might
interesting for them to
incentivize
come,
them.
you know, like there
Yeah.
might be more of a market out here.
Okay,
So,
what I'll do is I'll write send me the names, and I'll write up a form letter that I'm gonna send out to everybody, and I'll send it all out to you quickly, just to take a quick look.
great,
for
okay,
suggestions.
that sounds good.
And I'll send it out.
On the shell efficiency folks, like energy efficiency for your home, I know we've had trouble getting people to come onto the island to do the assessments. And I'm wondering how do we even find out who's doing that? Because I'm trying to think of how we can develop interest from people and interest from the folks who are doing the work and make this happen.
One source is PSE&G.
Uh-huh.
they've got
They,
a list.
they provide that kind of information to their customers. I don't know how good it is, but,
It's-
it's on their website.
Okay,
Tim Robes. Tim.
Yeah,
Rob would like to speak.
Rob,
Thank you.
speak to us.
Yeah, all right, I'm a newcomer to the committee, of course, so, but listening to all these topics, I was also thinking about, does anybody, or has it ever been covered in the past, the whole area of electric automobiles or alternative fuel automobiles? Is that part of this committee's purview?
Yes, actually, several years ago, probably more than I imagine, the committee advised the town to purchase the EV charging station that's at the police station. And I think we've tried in the past to engage some dealers to come and bring their vehicles to the expo, and it hasn't worked out. And we've had some people on the island offer to, actually, you know what? That's not true. We did have,
We had a couple of vehicles
Yes,
a
we
few years
did.
ago. And that was a Chevy Bolt
Yes.
purchased by the town.
yes. So we have had people actually bring their cars to the expo and talk about them. So we can certainly try to do that again.
Okay, it was just, yeah, it was just something that crossed my mind listening to
Yeah,
it.
no. It's a good thought, and we have done it in the past. We just haven't, for some reason, we did it one year, and I tried to get all these dealers who were really, really enthusiastic at first, and then they all kind of just lost interest. It was too far to come and all that stuff. But we can certainly, if everybody thinks it's a good idea, we can certainly try to, I'm sure there's an islander who would be interested or willing to.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated. The subsidies phase out on September 30th, and there are a limited number of vehicles that qualify for them. And then then there's the availability question. So I don't know, it's like a lot to get into right now. I'm not sure.
All right, well, maybe just think about
I
it.
mean, we're also trying to figure this out, whether we can do anything before September 30th.
Also,
Yeah, I totally understand. I totally get that. It's a short window between now and the event, so I totally get it. Maybe even if there's like with all the subsidies and everything, maybe even if we can do a handout, maybe there's a fact sheet on the subsidies. But I know it's super duper confusing, like what's being phased out, what's going to be covered. So I don't know, just something to chew on.
I think it's all going to be phased out.
Oh, okay,
On the demand side, it's being completely wiped out. It's actually really a problem.
okay.
one thing you may want to consider, look, far from a priority, but the charging station that the town bought, it's great that we have it, it's a level 2 charger,
Mhm.
not all that useful. I mean, you have to leave your car there for 4 hours.
I know.
So maybe this committee down the road can take up looking into getting some sort of DC fast charger
Mhm.
on the island somewhere.
That has come up. And again, I mean, maybe we could talk to Jen, our grant writer.
Yeah,
If there's-
we're looking to upgrade it, the one that we have. but-
You are
Yeah. it's
actively,
on the-
okay.
Yeah, it's on the to-do list. We're always looking to see if there are grants available for it.
Mhm. That's great.
So there. It would be good to do that.
This is for island residents.
Yes.
Well, it could be for anybody.
For anybody.
Someone driving through the island.
Driving through the
to
island.
charge.
Yeah.
There are some chargers at Mashomick too, and I think there's some at Sunset Beach.
There's
Yeah.
there's a Tesla charger at Sunset Beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some,
There are a whole bunch of them,
There's-
and Mashonack has Rivian
Rivian.
chargers.
yes.
So it's a plug, it's the
Yeah.
J1772 at Mashonack and Sunset are the Tesla chargers.
Yep. So, we're sort of behind. It was all new when it was new, but
Yeah. Oh, no, it's good to have.
Two chargers. We have to go to dinner,
Right.
Sunset Beach, you plug in, go to dinner.
I think a lot of homeowners too are, they're getting their own chargers, and I think a lot of people are going to electric vehicles. You just see more and more of them on the island.
Mhm.
you do. because I don't hear them.
I know, then they
That's a weird
sneak up
thing.
on you, and you're like, oh.
I'm just so aware now of the difference in the sound.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
You go by and I think,
That's
"Oh,
nice.
another one." It's interesting. Okay, so, okay, anything else? Oh, so the solar house tour. So this is a draft.
Okay.
TK
I was
is,
gonna ask what that was.
Yeah.
TK is journalese for to come, meaning
I couldn't quite figure it out, but I figured
some
that's
people
what it
just
meant.
put XXX or something.
Right.
So let's see, Coco wrote in some notes here. We'll add 2025 after the 24th. And do we want to, anyway, so if you could just, I think this should be really, really simple and just sort of get a basic thing across.
Mhm.
All the meat is going to be when you click onto the QR code and get all the information about the specific homes. By the way, for the, sorry, let me not jump ahead. So if you could just think about exactly what you want to, any information you want to put on this, that is really, really the most pertinent information that people looking at this,
Sure,
either online or when I'm walking through the farmer's market, can get the message.
great, great.
We don't want to have too much on here, just really the basic.
I think we've got some language from the landing page, because I try to keep that very brief.
If maybe,
No, it would be like,
yeah,
just
you-
to fill in those 2 words, like, yeah, it wouldn't be a lot. Like the TK would be a word or a very short phrase.
I don't know, reduce greenhouse, I mean, is there something, reduce,
Electricity costs and greenhouse gases, yeah, or emissions, I don't know.
you don't have to think about it right now, but if you could send it to me the next day or two, I'll finish this. And then I'll get Kevin to, well, actually, for Kevin to do the QR code, he needs all the other information. So
Yeah, he needs the website information.
yeah, he needs all that, so we need to do this simultaneously. Oh, and do we like this graphic, which I got off of? There's another one that's similar, it's just the grid without the feet, which looks like more of like a solar array. I could use that one instead.
There's something on the
It's
house.
like a window.
Yeah, I would keep it, I think it's fine the way it is.
Can we get a photo of a house in there?
That
Well,
be hard.
It's not gonna show up?
No.
I
What if you
think,
did a cartoon of a house with solar on the roof?
I mean, I thought of trying to do a I've looked online for
Yeah.
graphics of,
Yeah.
they were really awful, actually.
Right.
And then I thought maybe I could make one, like, actually, when I looked at this, when I did it, it sort of like makes a triangle at the top.
Oh, yeah.
So I could actually
Make it
think
look
of
like a
making,
house.
I could actually make this into a house
Yeah,
and then put solar here and then try to do, I mean, I'll play around with that.
yeah, that would be cute.
Yes, so I'll try to do something like that. But then it means I would shrink the word solar house tour, which I really want to be big. Anyway, I'll play around with it and send you different concepts.
I mean, but I think this is fine.
Okay.
I just want to raise a point here, although it kind of crosses over into community solar. And that is, I've talked to people over the years, and, you know, part of the issue that some people have, part of the issue is, drilling holes in roofs and bolting things to roofs. But part of it is that people would need to cut down trees to provide a solar aperture that's sufficient. And part of it is just that they have houses that are not properly oriented.
Right.
So while I understand this solar house tour is kind of directed at people putting solar energy systems on their houses, there are other business models that work quite effectively, including community solar, that have been out there for quite some time, not just for residential, but for commercial as well. You know, what do they call them? The energy credits, renewable
Oh, yeah.
RECs,
Mhm.
renewable energy credits. So, you know, we can emphasize that this is about, you know, building a solar system on your roof, but if you have misgivings or if you have problems with cutting down trees or.
Well, I think, we're not going to recommend cutting down trees. So it's like, if you've got it, if you have tree shade, it doesn't work for you. And then you have to look at, which is why you have to look at an alternative, which is why it would be good to have a little bit of information on some of the solar projects that you can buy into and reduce your energy bill. It's not the same
Alternatives,
as
yes.
having an array on your house, but yeah,
I think this is a very specific thing,
yeah, it is. And it's not for everybody.
and it's not for everybody.
Right.
And I think that's where we should leave it for now.
Yeah.
I don't think we should get into, because we're not, at some point, we are going to address community solar. Give a presentation and talk about it, and really get into that deeply. And, you know, hopefully.
Okay, I just think at some point, you know, the larger issue is we want cleaner energy.
No, I understand that, but I think we can only cover so much within the parameters of.
Well, we're including batteries?
Not.
Not really.
Not.
Not really?
I mean, who
Nobody
has,
has any
do any of
batteries
these
to
homes
talk
have
about.
batteries?
So,
I just want to know, you know.
Do any of these homes have batteries?
no, they don't.
So we're not.
This is the thing, I think we should just talk about, really base it on what people's experience is with their solar arrays. There are inevitably going to be other questions that come up. We should have some basic information, which I think we already have, that can help address those questions. And this is something we have to figure out in conjunction with the hosts over the next couple of weeks, really, how much they want information on these other issues.
That discussion might belong in the Energy Expo, you know.
Well, and I think it's going to happen as we talk about the ETIP report and the conclusions from that. But I'm just cognizant of time. We should probably move on to your thing on Thursday. I think we're
That's
done on-
going to be short.
short. Okay, great.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
the only point I want to make here is, and maybe I'm a poster child for this. I mean, my house faces directly south, but I have 80-foot trees in front of it.
Yeah,
So I have no option for.
well,
solar.
we have the same problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it would be nice to, maybe this is not the forum for it. I mean, the.
totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I think, no, we definitely want to talk. We definitely want to let people know about these alternatives that they can buy into. And especially because it means they can reduce their electricity bills. That's incredibly important.
And reduce, you know, emissions. People are motivated.
Right. Yeah,
Well, think about how much you want to be able to go into that or not go into it.
Well, I think
It's
that that's like a bigger topic,
It
with a
is.
lot more
That's
detail,
it.
that should be a separate and distinct conversation.
Which we're going-
I don't think we're gonna be ready for that.
We're not.
that's what I'm a little worried about, like drawing it into the tour. It's like, we're not really prepared to, because we have the project that you've mentioned.
Mhm.
And then there are, and, you know, anyway, I don't want to get into a big conversation. We should
I'm just
big
thinking
conversation
about
now,
the
but-
people who will come and say, you know, I really want to have a solar energy system on my roof. And I'm telling you, I've talked to a lot of people over the years,
Right.
but I'm not prepared to cut down the trees in
No,
front of my house. And then, you know, we simply say, there are other business models by which you can participate, okay? This solar house tour doesn't address them, but perhaps, you know, the Energy Expo might address them. I don't know, but I think the town wants to stay out of.
Well, what we could say is that, I mean, if someone asks a question about community solar, we'll say, yes, we will be addressing community solar in the fall and engaging the community in a discussion.
But be prepared to address that.
yeah.
Okay, anything else on, so the main thing for now is if you could just look at the copy, again, just think we're gonna be like, keep it short and sweet, but just get the very basic, most important information in there. And I'll finish this. And then for the other parts, who's working on the assembling the, are you doing that, Don? Or am I gonna do that, assemble the individual information on the individual homes with photographs and all that stuff? I can do that if,
You mean in terms of the layout or the collection of it? You're collecting information, right?
Yes, well,
Yes.
based on our, the contact with the homeowners and then filling out these sheets
Right.
in a consistent form.
okay,
Yes,
So-
doing that.
so we do need that, soon, and then,
Let's talk
And,
about that offline.
Sure. And,
Yeah.
and again, we need the photos from Adam.
and we need photos from Adam. And then for a map, do you want to do a general map that has like locations, or?
We have a
It's
map.
got that.
We have a map.
Or do you want to have the location for, on each
It'll be.
page?
It'll be both.
The address will be on each side of the map with arrows or lines pointing to the actual
Okay,
address.
so you want one map with,
One map with addresses,
that's
everything.
fine,
And
okay,
then the address will also be, of course, on each individual
Correct.
sheet.
Right.
right.
Yep.
Okay, so, I can do that whenever we have the information. But again, Kevin can't do the QR code without the other, so,
Right, right. Well, he can.
Yeah, you can get it, you can do the QR code if you know the website address. You don't need.
Yeah,
the
of course.
yeah,
website is
but,
not-
but
We
we
need a
need,
landing page, so
but
we
we
have a
need-
landing
we
page.
need
just
people to be able to go to something.
Right, that's the landing page, which I've circulated the draft of, so I
No,
think.
no, I need, people are gonna go on this QR code.
Right.
That's gonna give them all the houses.
No, it's gonna go to the landing page. The landing page will, at the bottom, have links to each one of the houses. We don't
Oh.
have to have all of that information
Okay.
now.
Okay, that's
We can
fine.
do the landing page,
Okay.
which will have a link to the registration
Yes,
page,
yes, of
and a link to the map, and then links to.
There will basically be 6 pages. The main page linking to the 5 other pages for the houses. And,
Plus the map, plus the registration page, so there will be 7.
Okay,
That's
maybe,
that's true.
So as long as you have that main link to the landing
Uh-huh.
page, we can give that to Kevin and he can create the QR code.
Well, we
Yeah,
need
well, the
somebody to
QR
post
code
the
is
landing page.
is a 2-minute process. That's nothing.
I'm not worried about that.
No, that's nothing. So we've got to create the pages
no, I
which
need
will,
it's the pages that we need.
well, they will mimic the printed material that we're preparing. So it's really sort of one and the same.
Okay.
So
Well,
what do you, I guess I'm missing that. That's, each of these house description pages
Uh-huh.
will be both online and printed, right?
yes, but,
And if you have one, you have the other.
yes, no, I know. So I'm just a little confused about, so the landing page is not gonna, it's
The
gonna,
landing page is going to be just, as Christina said, just with links to the other pages and a high-level description.
okay,
So I've sent it around, I'll send it again, so you can have a look at it
Yeah.
and see how this is gonna structure, because everything will flow from that landing
Okay.
page.
but then the links on the landing page have to be, okay,
They can be put, so the individual house pages with the details, those can all be hyperlinked later, once they're prepared. We can have a list of them. We can put the landing page up without having the hyperlinks all embedded in the individual house pages. It's not ideal, but we could even put in parentheses, details to come, so people know to check back. I mean, that's the way I would do it.
okay, let's,
Not ideal, but it's
okay,
okay.
maybe,
I'm trying to understand your concern.
He wants everything ready to
I
go
think I
up
want
the
everything.
same.
I think I want everything.
All right, well, let's work it.
Why don't we,
We're
why
gonna
don't
get
we?
it done as quickly as
Okay,
possible.
send me that, send me the landing page information. I'll look at it and think about it, and then,
You've commented on it before, that we talked about it in the last meeting.
yeah, I know, I
Yeah,
did.
okay, yeah,
Just.
sure, happy to
things
do
have
that.
come in my brain
Yes.
since then. I'll look at it again, and then if we could, okay, let me look at it again, and then if I have questions, I'll,
Okay,
ask you questions.
Great.
Okay,
All right, sounds good.
all right, great. Okay, done. Okay, we have 1 minute left.
You guys are doing your workshop this
So
tonight?
tonight we're having the Sustainable Landscapes Workshop. It's actually called the Living Lands Workshop. That's from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Presbyterian Church. Some people have a dress rehearsal tonight.
Yes, sorry, we're not gonna be able to come.
But I sent something out to the town board and to several committees. So we'll see. We have, I think, as of yesterday or the day before, we had 45 people signed up.
Oh,
And I know of some people who are going but did not sign up. I can
Yeah.
guarantee you they did not
Yeah.
sign up.
We figure that's gonna happen, but we just wanted to get an idea from the registration of, are 2 people signed up or,
Correct.
so we have actually, I think we're gonna have around 50 people, which is good.
You just do the introductions and then it's totally up to them, right? We don't have any further part.
No, we don't. We're part of a table with the WAC and the CAC.
Oh, Tim is on the panel. So
What's that?
You're on the panel.
you are on the panel, Tim.
Oh, right, no, I'm on the panel.
Oh, right.
Yes, I'm a
Okay.
panelist,
Okay.
sorry.
Good.
Yeah, so and I'm representing the Green Committee. That's how it was described, as the Timbertail Green Committee. And the Green Committee and the WAC were co-sponsors of this event with Perfect Earth. So, which is all very clear on the flyer.
Are they moderating Perfect Earth?
What's that?
Perfect Earth, are they moderating this?
Well, Edwina, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Edwina Bengal, who founded Perfect Earth, she's gonna give a talk, like a 15 to 20-minute talk at the beginning. Then there's gonna be a break and people will write down questions for the panelists.
Hmm.
And they'll also mingle with, we have Group for the East End, Peconic Estuary Partnership, Peconic Baykeeper, and Sylvester Manor coming. And then the WAC will have their pamphlets to give out. And they'll be there to answer questions so the audience can mingle with them. And then they'll come back and ask questions. The panelists will all ask questions, or some of the questions will be directed to the environmental groups. Like if a question comes about composting, Ariel's there to talk about composting and et cetera.
Sounds good. I look forward to it.
So it should be, yeah? Charity? Charity, do you have a question?
And then we will drink lemonade.
What's that? You broke up.
And then people can drink lemonade.
Oh, yes, and then people can drink lemonade and wine. Although actually, they can drink lemonade and wine before they sit down, and that way they'll be more
Wait.
tuned.
entertained, easily entertained,
Receptive.
receptive.
It's a workshop.
I like it.
Yes, so it's really sort of be interactive in the sense that people can ask questions. The whole point is people ask questions about their landscape related to sustainability or not, or how, I mean, I talked to a woman at the farmer's market who said, I have this big lawn, I want to get rid of it, what do I do? And I said, come to this. So, okay. Anybody have anything else? Rob, you have anything else you want to?
Yes, thank you. Just 2 ideas, not for now. You guys probably already thought about these, and so anyway, I'm probably repeating things you've already talked about, but during this discussion, another thing that popped into my mind was, have we ever done a reach out to the school? And what I'm thinking of is like, well, we don't have a big enough school, let's say, for a student competition, but maybe as part of the industrial arts program, building a solar car. I think once in a while, they build a shed to teach basic carpentry, and maybe we can do like a solar shed or things like that. So that was one idea, is just to get students involved in thinking about energy use and things that they could do to start one, educating them, number two, maybe even preparing them for future occupational opportunities. So that's one idea. And I know I brought up automobiles before, but I've also read a little bit, not too much, but we're a boating island and electric boat, not the submarine reference, but the technologies for electric mobility are getting into the marine industry now. So anyway, that's obviously not for now. There's plenty of stuff on the table already, but just ideas maybe for the future.
We've tried actually, Rob, to involve the school in different ways. And it's hard. The students have a lot of, they're kind of all over burdened with work and the teachers are also. So it's been difficult. We tried to have students actually come and be part of the Green Committee meetings. We tried different things, or we tried to do something where they do a project that they present at the expo. And that didn't work out either. So, but anyway, we can keep trying, and maybe, when you're here, when you've retired and you have more free time, that's something you could do. You could be sort of a liaison to the school and see if there is something we could work out.
Sure.
I will
Sure.
say, I would like to make one suggestion. What you're talking about, Rob, these are things that we could approach a specific teacher about. It's Chris, oh shoot, what is Chris's last name? He basically teaches Conradi, yeah. So I think the first step would be a conversation with him, because the key to get something done at the school is to interest a teacher. It's a very teacher-driven sort of curriculum. And so if there's a teacher, and I think he would, I suspect he would be very interested in something like this if he hasn't already done it. And so I would strongly suggest a conversation with him to see if there's interest. And if he has interest, it'll happen.
Okay, that's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah, he's terrific. They did a Habitat for Humanity shed, I think. And he also does, I don't know if he still does it, but he does a whole video component where they have like their own station and stuff like that. Anyway, so it's a great idea, and I think we should not give up, but just keep trying and seeing what we can work out with them.
Sure. Okay, great. That's everything. Thank you.
School is
Okay.
12th grade through high school?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Okay, I make a motion to end the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, thank you all.
All in favor? Aye.